my friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is the Moon Witch, and today we're going to find out what your future path holds for you. And we have 4 groups to choose from. Group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now use your intuition to pick out the right group for you. Meditate on the options and pause the video for as long as you need. And once you've picked your group, you can fast forward to the timestamps I provide down in the description box as well as the pinned comment. And I'll see you in the reading. What your future path holds for you. Ooh, there's strength. So maybe you've prayed for strength, group 1. You've prayed to the universe that you want to be someone stronger, someone more resilient. And how are you going to get that? The universe is going to put you through challenges, and that's how you learn, that's how you grow. So what your future holds for you, you can say that this is a blessing in disguise, but you can also take it as somehow special gift, because it is a challenge. But with this great challenge, you will receive the gift of strength. Five of Acorns, 5 of Wands. You're going to experience this turbulence in the 3 of Feathers. Ooh. Turbulence, group 1. The future path holds turbulence for you. And I vaguely remember it's in Dune, the first movie of Dune, when Paul Atreides had to drive the helicopter through the sandstorm, right? That is the kind of turbulence that you would go through. Because I remember Rebecca was like praying, chanting, like the fear is the little mind eater, something like that. But Paul tried to control the helicopter, but he realized that he can't, because the sandstorm was much more powerful than, you know, the wings of the helicopter. So he learned to let go. He let go of that handlebar, and he gave himself to fate. And I think he learned from that sandstorm. He learned from that journey. Like, sometimes you want to have faith, you want to have the courage to lose control, because you have the faith that you will survive, or whatever, maybe not, but to have the courage to surrender to what is. And that's the scene that I saw just now. And I feel like that is the kind of turbulence that the universe would put you through, because you pray for strength, or your fate, your manifestation, your goal requires you to have this kind of strength. And so yes, you're gonna have to go through this. And somehow I'm also seeing like the breaking through of your fear, your old fear. The breaking through of the same old fear. Okay, I'm hearing same old fear. But the universe will help you break through those fears. Maybe you've had that for many years, you know, it's almost like this ghost that you cannot escape from. But the universe will help you truly learn that this is just a ghost. It doesn't run your life. You are in control of your life. You're in control of what you believe in. You're in control of who you will become. You were shaped by your past, but you will not be restrained by your past. Okay? Your future is unlimited. I feel like there were like fears of not being able to become the person that you want to be, because you felt like you weren't built for that. But the universe will help you see that you have the strength to change the future, to change your face design. And also we have the Tower, the 4 of Acorns, and the 4 of Crystals in reverse. The 4 of Acorns. the breaking down of stability, okay? We also have the Tower, so it's like the universe will force you to get out of your comfort zone, to get out of where you felt safe. You felt like you didn't need to change anything. You can just hide here forever, even though you may not be 100% comfortable with it, because sometimes our comfort zone is this discomfort. Okay, we're used to having this fear, we're used to not taking the first step, we're used to hiding in this dark spot. It's not good, but at least it's not bad, at least we're safe in it. But the universe will like give you this thunder and the lightning to force you to get out of that cave. And especially materially, I'm getting it's like something would happen to your material world or to your job, to your finance, that forces you to make some changes. And I'm also hearing that things won't change, like the external world won't change unless you change first. Okay, all changes start from within, so you need to make those changes first. And also we have the form of acorns, which tells me that you will be supported no matter what, whenever and wherever you are. You will be supported. There's going to be friends or families or people that could guide you along the way, and you will find your community. All right. And well, this is also a sign that something may be going on with your social group. Okay, old friends may fall out, they may gradually leave your life, and it doesn't matter, because you will meet new friends, the people that resonate with you more. And also you will learn that changes are eternally happening. If your life doesn't really change, if it hasn't changed for a long time, it means that you are not really in this world. You're like the outsider, you're on the edge. It means that you may be living in the wrong way, because your life doesn't change, and our lives should be constantly changing, because that is the way. And what you want to learn from these changes is to not holding on to things, okay, just because you're familiar with them, or like they're again your comfort zone. You're learning to detach from material things, okay? I'm getting that you may be really attached to a certain object. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they mean to you, but I'm getting that you may be attached to something, and the universe wants you to know that you want to let go a little bit. Doesn't mean that you will lose them. Just mean that you cannot bind yourself with it, because you want to know that your life is independent from those material stuff. Okay? And you will learn, you will gain the strength, you will activate your strength through these storms, through these turbulence. And I'm getting that you want something that doesn't change. You want something that's eternal, that's stable. And the universe has seen that, and it wants you to know that the only thing that's not going to change is your core belief, all right? Your essence. Those are not going to change. And you want to hold on to that rather than, the outer material stuff, or like a job or a title, or your appearance, stuff like that. Those things will come and go, but your heart, your soul would not change. And so knowing who you are on the inside, knowing your essence, learning about your core beliefs, those things are what will give you this sense of stability and comfort. Some things are meant only for the past, Okay, you're not supposed to take those with you. I'm getting some good memories from the past, and somehow you're reluctant to move on because you want to hold on to that memory. You even still want to live in that memory. But I'm specifically seeing that those are only meant for the past. Okay? You're sentimental about those memories because they give you this joy, right? Again, that was your comfort zone, group one. And the universe is trying to get you out of there because you will see that there's a bigger world, a much bigger world ahead of you. You know, you're going to have to lose sight of the shore because you want to sail. And I think you pray for that. You know, I'm always getting the feeling that this is what you were manifesting. You were manifesting a certain lifestyle, but this is what you're going to have to go through. It's like you're manifesting that, you know, you want to find a new continent, but you're going to have to sail into the unknown in order to find a continent. It doesn't mean that you're on the wrong way, okay? Indeed, it means that you're doing the right thing, group one. So that's good news. And also we have the sun. The sun is somehow like, you know, it's like all in, you know, give it all you've got, all in, and know that you're going to survive. Because I'm getting like you want to burn yourself, like not energetically drain yourself out, but it's like, again, give it all you've got. You know, you want to dedicate to something completely. Okay, not holding back at all. You want to have faith. But again, group number one, it takes time, right? You don't need to make these changes or to like grow overnight. The universe doesn't want you to grow overnight. Everything happens, well, at least most of the things happens gradually. Especially in your case, I think these things will happen gradually, so you can handle that. And the most important thing is to believe in yourself, because I know this is cliche, but this is a strength card, okay? Have faith and believe in yourself. And yeah, that's all I can say, group one. Okay, what else we've got? We have the Queen of Shells in reverse. See, the Queen of Shells is like sitting on your throne, all right? Not making changes, you know, holding on to what you're familiar with, staying in your comfort zone. This is pretty much the same message. You know, holding on to your peace, right? But sometimes you're gonna have to fight for something, for a bigger peace, for a bigger harmony. All right. And again, we have the Three of Feathers. You heard me, I've been shuffling, but we got the same card. The Three of Feathers is really like the universe will put you through scenarios and, you know, situations that you've been in before because you didn't handle it very well, or that you failed at these scenarios, or that there was things that you didn't solve, you didn't break through from it. Again, those are old fears, but the universe feel like you're ready now. It knows that you have learned and grown so much that you can take these scenarios in completely different, you know, new ways. So I guess you probably heard it, you know, you will be put into the, you know, the similar situations over and over again until one day you've learned and grown so much that you can handle it properly. So with the Three of Feathers coming up twice, I feel like the universe will put you through like the scenarios that you were afraid of as a kid, maybe, because oftentimes the Three of Feathers talks about, you know, childhood traumas, or, you know, at least traumas from the past, etc. So I'm getting that you will be put through the similar situations that you were once afraid of or you're traumatized by, and you will see that you have the strength to survive from those scenarios. And this is how you gain and learn that you were so much more powerful than you ever imagined. Because I do believe in that sometimes, or a lot of times, we underestimate ourselves, especially when we're hiding, you know, in our comfort zone. You know, after we were once traumatized, there's going to be a process where we feel like we need to recover, right? So we only want to hide away and nourish ourselves. That's the moon, moon phase, where we need to nourish our moon sign, right? We need to take care of ourselves. We need to recover. We need to recharge. But there's always going to be a time when we go back on our hero's journey, which is the sun's journey, um, to become the hero that we all are. And with the hero's journey, there's going to be challenges and obstacles, all right? There's dragons to be slayed. So, yeah, group number 1. Good luck to you. I hope you enjoy this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So, group number 2, I'm hearing that you will be willing to see the light that you are to the world. You will be willing to see the light that others see in you, because you will realize that the beauty that you see in the world is a reflection of your own. Okay? And sometimes I feel like you're overly harsh to yourself. Right? You're passing on too much judgment and to yourself, and sometimes that's not fair, because you were pretty tolerant to others but very strict to yourself, to a point where you're almost bullying yourself. Okay? Like you're not completely just when it comes to yourself. You're being just, too harsh. And I'm getting that, see, all 3 cards are in reverse. I'm getting that you may not see this now. You may not even feel like this is a problem. I'm not saying that this is a problem, it's just this is blocking you, okay? You may not realize that this is what's holding you back. The 10 of Feathers, the Magician, the 6 of Crystals. With the 6 of Crystals, I don't think that anything would really change or really happen. Anything major will really happen in the external world for you. I think life goes on pretty much the same, but what's changing is your attitude, is your confidence, is your inner strength, right? Because the Magician is about showing up, allowing yourself to influence others, because sometimes I feel like you're not allowing yourself to shine as you're supposed to or as you deserve to, because you don't feel like what you are giving out, what you're sharing, is good enough. So you're always trying to be invisible, you just don't think that you're good enough. Not that you really aren't good enough, but that you feel like you're not good enough, because you're, again, being too strict with yourself. You ask yourself to be perfect, to be more than perfect. You ask yourself to be this flawless saint. But as you ask yourself of that, you are not being just, because you're asking a normal human being to play God. But how can we ever do that? And I don't think we should do that, because we're not God, we're just humans. And so you want to learn and allow yourself to be just human, to have flaws. Okay? And once you've accepted that and know that what you share, like, you're not responsible for others, even if you are biased, even if you share things that are, not good enough, or not correct enough, not right enough. It doesn't matter, because those are what you genuinely believe in. As long as you're sharing your true and honest point of view, that would be good enough. And so the Magician, your future path leads to a milestone where you allow yourself to show up in the world, to step up, to enjoy the spotlight, and, let yourself shine as bright as you are, as you originally are. I feel like you have a great advantage because of the fact that you were sometimes over analytical, you were, this perfectionist, you are being overly harsh on yourself. because of the fact that you are all of these, you have this great edge of being reasonable and rational and objective towards the world, towards what's happening out there, towards life. And I think this is a great advantage. And I'm not just saying this because this is what I read on the cards, all right, with the 10 of feathers. You just naturally have a big heart. You can handle things, okay? You can take on responsibilities. You can do what people can't. And that is a great advantage. You want to use it, all right? You want to let it shine. And that is what your future path holds for you. And we have the 5 of acorns and 8 of feathers. I'm getting that you're very organized and you like to make plans. And the universe is saying this is a good thing, okay? This is a good habit. You make your plans. You plan out your life. You plan for your future. And how should I put this? The universe says that your future will pretty much go as you planned, okay? And I think sometimes you are this cruel executor, which means that you are not only the commander of yourself, but also the soldier. So, like, you don't really get attached. You don't get sentimental. You mostly carry out your plans unconditionally with no excuses. And the universe sees that this is a great advantage because you get things done. All right? And I think you know that. You're just used to being kind of strict, but you know that you get things done. And the universe says that if you have a goal, just make a plan. All right? Break down this big goal to manageable pieces and march towards it. Okay? And when you meet like turbulence or obstacles in the future, which will be there definitely because you're going to have to go through this transformation, use your logical mind to tackle. That's what I'm hearing. And you're going to have to go through this transformation. You're going to have to be a different person, but not so different. It's like the core beliefs and, you know, the qualities are still the same, but that you are more open to the world. You are more willing to share your thoughts and your opinions to the world. And sometimes I'm hearing that you need to pretend to be open. You need to pretend to be okay with certain things. And you want to say yes to life. Okay? Because you can always handle whatever comes your way. So say yes to life. As the universe only says yes to you. That's also something I heard. The universe, no, say yes to life as the universe always says yes to you. Because if you go, I can't do this, I'm not good enough for this, even though I desire this, even though I have this goal, I have this aspiration, but I'm not good enough for this, I'm not ready. The universe heard it, the universe says yes, all right? But the same case scenario with one flip of your thought, you say, yes, I can do this. Again, the universe says yes. So this is a good line. Say yes to life as the universe says yes to you. And we have the King of Feathers. See, logic and justice. This is your great advantage, group number 2. This is a great advantage. We want to take advantage of that. Your analytical, restless mind. All right? You will figure them out. And I think somehow it'll help your career, or it'll help your like daily social work, social life. Okay. I'm also hearing that you lose your sharpness when you try to please others, when you worry whether they like you or not, okay? If you are someone that's a little distant, a little cruel even, use that as a weapon. Use that as your way of making money, right? Use that as an advantage because that's where you shine. That's what we're born with. That's a gift. But if you try to fit in, and be like everybody else, easygoing, a little soft, you lose your edge. You lose your sharpness, and that's what you don't want to do. All right, group 2. I have the eight of acorns, 2 of crystals. Let's see what release 2. I have the queen of shells. Right. I'm seeing that deep down you're waiting for someone's approval. It could be your mother. Basically, I'm seeing someone that you knew from the past, and as a female figure, you're waiting for them to be approve of you. Like you want to, how do I say it? You want to surprise them. You want to show off to them. You want them to be proud of you. All right. Let's see what the universe side on this. We have the 3 of shells. The universe says that there's no problem thinking that if you like someone very much, you wouldn't want their approval. But the universe says that wanting their approval doesn't mean that you need to, take on their footsteps. Doesn't mean that you need to be just like them. You can be yourself, you can be different, and they would also be proud of you. Because we like people who are bravely themselves. And so yes, they will be proud of you even when you're not like them, even when you have your own thoughts, you have your own personalities. All right, you are a completely different person. They like you and they appreciate you anyway. And we have the Queen of Shells in reverse. See, I feel like you're such a big dreamer, group number 2. You just didn't believe that you like this dream can come true. Because the Knight of Shells is in reverse. But come on, have faith in yourself. I don't know what else to say. You gotta take the first step. Otherwise, you'll never see that you can actually do it. You'll never know if you never try. There's no use just sitting around and watching tarot readings and checking whether you can make it in the end or not. Unless you take the first step and do something about it. So spread your wings, flamingos. Spread your wings and you'll see that you can fly. See, charm and passion. The natural you are so passionate about life. You're so loving. You're so curious that you're this fireball. All right? You have such an uplifting energy field that people will be so attracted and drawn to you. And you have this charm. This is your charm. So it all starts when you believe in yourself and allow yourself to step into the spotlight. All right? And I'm also getting that sometimes you feel like, if you go on stage and, express yourself, you're going to need to sort of hide away some flaws or like to be somehow dishonest because you're not sharing like your dark side with the world, right? Let's see what the universe says on that. I'm also getting that you want to be honest. You want people to know that you're not faking anything. Let's see what the universe says on this. I have the 3 of acorns in reverse. I'm seeing that you're throwing yourself at the wrong audience. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like your audience and the people that really appreciate you, it's somewhere not in a country or not in your cultural group. Okay? It is elsewhere with different culture. And you want to make some changes around who you present yourself to. If like certain people don't appreciate you, they just don't get you, it's not your problem. It's just you want to find the right audience for you. Okay? You want to surround yourself with those that resonate you spiritually. So it is a wrong audience. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel unconfident even, it's not you. Okay? You just need to find the right audience. Okay, what else? The last 3 cards we have here. Group number 2, we have the 8 of shells, 10 of acorns, and the 9 of... Oh, this is a clear indication that you need to change your environment, because yeah, you were definitely throwing yourself at the wrong audience. People don't get you. People here don't get you. And it's time that you move on from this current life, from this current circle. It's time that you move on. And if you feel like you want to move houses or change, your working environment, quit your job, anything, you should do that when you feel like the timing is right. I'm not asking you to quit your job today, okay? Unless you feel like. So it's time to change your environment. And you are still the same person, okay, except for that you were more expressive. You're more open to the world. You're still the same person, and the right people will love you for who you are. Right? So that's all I have for group number 2. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So group number 3, what your future path holds for you. When I was shuffling, even before I started shuffling, I was thinking, like, is there going to be a group that's completely welcoming harvest? Not those challenges, because for group number 1 and 2, their future paths are basically, challenges or situations that would help them grow. And I was thinking, like, is there going to be a group for whom it's like the war is over, or that they're only welcoming gifts, blessings, and harvest? And these 2 cards popped out. I think this is such a synchronicity, because group number 3, you are the ones that are welcoming your harvest. All right? The war is over. With the King of Feathers, this card often comes to me as some kind of general at war, that's giving out orders, a commander, something like that. And often, King of Feathers comes with a lot of stress. It's like nobody really wants war. Nobody wants to be this war commander, wants to be the soldier, unless we are really challenged, or that we have to step up and protect what's ours. So this card is pretty much about this survival issue, survival mode. But nobody really wants to be in the survival mode if they can be in this safe place where they know that no harm's going to come to them. So only stress and discomfort and challenges will make you grow into this King of Feathers. But right now we have the King of Feathers in reverse, and we have the Awakening, which is the Judgment. I feel like you're about to enter the next chapter, which is going to be a harvest chapter, where you're going to see all the results that you've been working for. You're going to see that you are achieving your goals, seeing results, gaining what you deserve. All right? And Magician, yes, group number 3. This is, wow, your future path holds the great rewards for your dedication in the past. Everything you've done would make a difference to your future. Nine of Feathers in reverse, you wouldn't have to be under so much pressure. That's one thing that I'm seeing, something that you're really worrying about. Not necessarily like whether you've done enough or like whether you were doing the right thing, but that I feel like you're fighting against something that's bigger than you. It's like you were treated unfairly. You've done a lot, you've dedicated a lot of your time and energy and even money into something, but somehow you're not seeing the reward that you deserve. And that your life was sort of always changing. You weren't gaining that stability, especially financially, that you deserve. And I feel like a lot of you are some kind of artist, or that you're the content creator. So a lot of you count on your creativity. But as we can see that a lot of artists, when they were starting off, they were like really financially struggling because they need to build themselves like into a brand. They need to have that brand and that reputation so that people can really get to know their heart and know what they stand for. So a lot of artists were struggling a lot as they start off. Not only financially, but also I think they're struggling inside because they're highly sensitive. They suffered from their own self-doubt. They don't know whether they're worthy or like they're good enough. They don't know if there's anyone that could really get them or resonate with them spiritually. And I think that's pretty much your story, group number 3. Um, you can be any type of artist, or basically you're a designer. Your creativity is your money resource. Your livelihood is based on that. It's like you really have to find your own voice and then make it happen. So it's gonna be very difficult at the beginning. But the good thing is the universe wants you to know that your future self is very grateful for whatever you've done in the past in order to build that ideal future, because of the fact that you've done a lot. You have devoted a lot. You have found your voice. You have found your destiny. That your future self is getting the reward that they are receiving. And so nothing you did went in vain. And you really do make a difference for your own future. And I'm also hearing that not everyone needs to believe in their destiny. Especially for you, group number 3. You want to believe in yourself more than your destiny, because like this might not work for others, but it works for you. You need to honor yourself. You need to know that you're here for a reason. No matter what others say to you, no matter how you feel at times, you're here for a reason and you're meant to shine. And that's how you sort of activate your creativity. Believing in yourself, have confidence in yourself and what you do, and have faith in that you are going to make a difference. You are going to be appreciated. You're going to be seen. And that is a key for your group 3. And also we have 10 of Feathers. You see all feather cards, which is the sword cards, the air elements, are in reverse. Which means that I think for the past few years, past few months, you have been elevating your energy. It means that you are learning spiritual knowledge. Okay? You're learning the laws of the universe, how it works on Earth, and stuff like that. And the learning process is over. Now it's time for you. The magician. The magician is a combination of 4 elements. Okay, it means that it's creating things on its own with the knowledge that he learned in the past. Like he's mixing things up. He's not following any rules. in the process of creation. He's just listening to his heart and let it write. So I think it's time that you sort of drop the rules that you learned, because you want to trust that you have the right knowledge in your subconscious mind. And when you let go of control, when you trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be and you're on the right path for yourself, you're going to create exactly what you sort of resonate with, what your soul is at. So group number 3 is about creation. And through such creation and, the faith and the confidence in yourself and the trust with yourself, with these, you're going to receive your rewards. Okay? You totally deserve them. Yes, the high priestess. Deep down, you know everything. Deep down, you know where you want to go. Deep down, you know whether you're on the right path or not. So just, you want to trust your intuition even more, okay? Especially for you, it's like you rely on your creativity. And your creativity works best when you're somehow blind. You have this blind trust, this blind confidence, and this blind love for your work of art, for your creation. And love is blind, love is wild, so is creativity. So you don't want to use like the standards that others make, or like the rules in your mind, and go, well, this will make me the greatest benefit, or that will, maybe people or the market doesn't like this, or people would probably want that more. Like, you don't want to use those rules to sort of restrain yourself, restrain that creativity, restrain that wildfire. Instead, you want to let it ride. And with all these, 3 sword cards, 3 feather cards in reverse, I feel like these are the ones that you need to release or let go of, And it's like, from now on, it's the journey of magic, right? The magician is a journey of magic. Oops, see, we have willpower and creation. So it's all about this magic of, devoting all your heart and soul into creating something. And we're definitely going to have to trust blindly, and not knowing how it's going to go, not knowing how people's going to react to them, not knowing whether people are going to like it or not. But the point is, if this creation, if this work of art truly resonate with your heart and soul, then it is going to make some difference. It is going to have some advantage. It's going to bring you some good. And that you're just going to have to trust it. And I think the most important thing for your group number 3 is to stay true to yourself. It's like the world quiets down and it's only you. And that all you need to do is to get to know yourself and know what you care about. And trust that you're here for a reason. You're not wrong. You don't have a problem. And that you have value. Okay, whatever you create in your existence have value. Maybe if this is hard for you, if this belief is difficult to form, then maybe this is your lesson, because this is you're gonna have to go through. And your future path will provide you with situations that can help you grow in this direction. Alright. High Priestess again. The Queen of Shells. I think for a long time, 4 of Crystals in reverse, maybe in the past, for a pretty long time, you were kind of used to suppressing your feelings, because maybe you were, maybe your job requires you to like block your emotions, block your feelings, and be like this, maybe even a robot, to just get things done. don't think about too much. Just get it done. You know, you get up at a certain time, you don't even think about it, and you do the same thing every day. You probably don't even feel that your soul is here with you. But hey, don't think too much. Don't even care. Just get the job done, go home, and get your paycheck. And I think for a pretty long time, you are kind of used to suppressing your feelings and not caring about it because financially you had to. You needed that support. But I think in the future, you no longer need to worry about money. Okay, we have Four of Crystals in reverse, which to me is somehow even in kind of anxiety that you needed to worry about paying the bills or even feeding yourself. But those worries will be gone in the future. And the universe also wants to tell you that there is a more spiritual way of you making enough money to support yourself in this material world, which is to stay with your emotions and know that, your emotions are pretty much like your fuel. It's like what you feed upon. It's like it's your water, it's the air that you breathe, and it's gonna make you enough money to support your life, to support your, having your hobbies, and go travel, taking vacations, etc. Now, staying with your emotions, using intuition, using your creativity is going to be your new way of making money. And you just want to have trust in that. Even if sometimes it's blind, even if you still have that self-doubt, but know that this is the right way, this is the right thing to do. And also remember that your future self holds harvest to you, group number 3. It's time for you to receive. It's time for you to say yes to all kinds of gains. And so say yes to that trust. Say yes to your creativity, group 3. And don't be afraid of your own power. Sometimes it's so much stronger, so much powerful than you have imagined, that you're kind of scared of it because you're not familiar with it. You are afraid if it might lose control. But don't be afraid of your own power. And you always have enough wisdom to tackle with anything. And sometimes I think your body and your intuition, your subconscious mind know much better than your conscious awareness does. So just have that trust, group number 3. All right, so that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this reading, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, group number 4, what the future path holds for you. We have the World, and the Ace of Shells, which is the Ace of Cups, popping out. We have the Six of Shells in reverse. Wow. First of all, I feel like there's something that you've been manifesting, and it's more than, just a lifestyle or a certain place you want to live in, or, a certain job or a certain goal. I feel like you're manifesting a certain version of you, like a new version of who you are, including different self-concepts, different habits, different lifestyles, different beliefs, stuff like that. So I'm definitely seeing a manifestation. And I'm also getting that this could be something that you've always wanted ever since a child. I feel like in a way this could be your future self guiding you from many, many years back, because I'm seeing a 28, 29-year-old self, maybe 27, but specifically these ages, 27, 28, 29. I'm seeing this future self talking to a 6-year-old, right? And maybe think about what you wanted, or what your dream was, who you wanted to be when you were 6 years old. And getting that this dream or this aspiration was inserted in your mind by your, 27, 28, 29-year-old self. And it doesn't matter if you're already past this age, because either way, I'm getting that your future self is guiding your inner child, or like, you from the past, or even you today. I'm seeing this guidance from the future self. And I'm also getting that you're somehow worried about something. Let's see what you're worrying about. I'm also, wow, there are a lot of messages for group number 4. I'm also feeling that you're getting evil eyes, from certain people around you, or even people that you trust. It's a bit like a mosquito bite, you know. You are in a certain environment, and there's v- energy vampires. There are people sucking blood, sucking energy out of you, and to feed their own inferiority. That's what I'm getting group for. And also, I'm feeling that if you are indeed manifesting a new version of who you are, then you are definitely doing the right thing. Because in order to get out of this environment, or in order to break, the chains of being projected evil eyes, the right way is to become another person, because another person would have think in a different way, and so they would throw themselves into different situations, they would surround themselves with different people. So you were definitely doing the right thing. And if you were not like manifesting a new self concept, or like a new version of who you are, you're just manifesting like a better job, or live in a better place, then maybe this is the advice from the universe, that you not only need to get out of this environment, but also you want to reshape your subconscious mind. Because if you still think in the old way, even if you are in a better situation, such as you get a promotion, or that you get a raise, or that you made your business a success, and you are able to afford to live in different places, you may still attract the same, or at least a similar people, because that's what your old self concept would attract. So one way to get out of these evil eye, or these energy vampires environment, is to create new self concept, which means that you want to re-identify who you are and what you deserve, who you hang out with. Okay, and yeah, and what you worry about. Let's see, I was asking about this. 7 of shells and the Queen of crystals. What you worry about? You worry about basically money. Okay, we have the Queen of crystals. Basically, like, whether you can make enough money to support yourself is your concern. And I'll tell you what, group 4, those energy vampires, or the people that are jealous of you, feed upon this, okay? They are counting on that you doubt yourself. They're counting on that you have lower self-esteem than you should have. You should have been more confident. You should have more faith in yourself, but you don't. Instead, you have these worries about like not being able to make more money, which means that you don't think you deserve more money, or that you don't think that you deserve to be able to support yourself completely, this financial freedom. I think deep down you worry about this because you don't think that you're good enough for this. And this is what people feed upon. All right? But look, what your future path holds for you is a new version of who you are, a new self-concept. So I would say group number 4, maybe listen to some subliminal music, or do some money healing, listen to affirmations, etc. Because this is the way to your success. And also we have the world. I think once you're willing to see your light, you're willing to see how good you actually are, you're willing to allow yourself to shine, no matter what you look like. or what qualities you have. Maybe you don't think you're positive enough, you don't think you're wise enough, you don't think you're pretty or handsome enough. No matter what you are like now, as long as you're being true to yourself and you're being your most authentic, most honest self, there's going to be people that's like totally crazy about you. All right? And this is what your future self, this is what your future path holds for you. An opportunity to be exactly who you are and to be loved and appreciated and to be free in all means. Okay, you no longer need to wait for someone else's permission. You no longer need to ask someone to buy stuff for you, like both financially and mentally free. And I think the first step to that is to believe that I'm ready for this. Okay? I'm good enough for this. I am ready. Even if you're just faking all these things at the beginning. Alright? Fake it till we make it. And yes, you're going to have to wave goodbye to a lot of people in the past. Even though you were happy once there, even though you got a lot of love and encouragement from the people from the past, I'm sure there's one or two. You're going to have to wave goodbye to them because somehow they don't belong where you are going in the future. All right? And yeah, leaving people behind, leaving people where they belong, and you definitely belong somewhere else. And the world also talks about moving. So maybe your future is in another city, in another country. Maybe your future is a journey. You know, maybe some of you start traveling. And I'm also getting the feeling of like mingle with the world, sort of throwing yourself into a strange environment and find yourself there. It's like you need to lose yourself. You need to lose the old self-concept, lose the old identities in order to know the new and the more essential ones, because you have no preconceived idea about who you are supposed to be or who you are, who you can or cannot be. You're not biased towards yourself. You're infinite in this way. And also we have the 5 of feathers in reverse. Yes, I'm getting that is talking about, cutting people off of your life. And I have 9 of crystals. Whenever I see the spider, I'm seeing the dream weaver. Okay, it is the archetype of this animal, spirit animal. A spider works on its web to sort of build the ideal web. And also, spiders can feed themselves. Actually, when you look at it, all animals in nature, no matter how big or small they are, they can all support themselves. Like, they can feed themselves. Okay, they rely on themselves. And I would suggest that you look at how these animals live when you do this money healing. There's no such thing as, we're not able to make enough money to live the life that we want, or that we're just not good enough for, a good life, an ideal life of ours. There's no such thing like these, unless you believe in it. But the truth is, in nature, before even human exists, all living things can find their way out, and that is the beauty in nature. That is the magic of nature. When the universe made us, either a tree or flower or grass or rabbits, cats, birds, even worms, like they're in perfect harmony, not only within themselves but also in that whole environment. They have a reason to be here. They're a part of this world, and they deserve to be fed. They deserve that freedom. They deserve to be happy. And maybe this sounds silly, but I do believe that they all have spirits in them. They can feel sadness or happiness, even if it's just a tree or a rose petal. I do believe in that. Let alone as humans, okay? We're totally here for a reason. And you too, group number 4. So what you want to do is to believe that yes, you can. Yes, you can. What else we have for group number 4? I'm hearing that the universe wants you to share yourself with the world. It's like no matter what you think, no matter what you believe in, no matter what you stand for, you want to share your opinions or share your work with the world. And so when you make people see what you care about, okay, you will have your gains through that. 3 of crystals, yes, collaboration and productivity. It's like you're totally up for it. Unless you don't think that way, or that you don't really allow yourself to take that first step. And look, we may never feel like ready, because when we have never tried anything, there's always going to be this fear that makes you feel like you're not ready yet. But sometimes you need someone to push you behind the back, and force you to take that first step until you know that you are way more than ready for that. And things are going to be, well, sometimes things are harder than we have expected, but sometimes things are also easier and much more simple than we have imagined. So this tells me that the way things work in our mind, or like our imagination, our assumptions, can be very much biased. They can be straight far from the truth or the fact. So yeah, it's all about the first step. Once you've taken that first step, you see that things are so much better than our human chaotic mind have pictured for us. We have the strength also in reverse. See, you are totally ready. It's just when in reverse, you may not realize that you are already so much more than what you are currently thinking. And the Magician, group number 4, I don't even know what to say. Except for that, you got to take that first step in order to see how much more powerful than you thought you were, group 4. This is like 3 big words, you are ready. I don't know what else to say. So your future path is gonna be a bright one. You have a great future. The God's plan for you, the universe's plan for you is so much bigger than what you have planned for yourself, because you didn't think that you were capable of doing like more. But the truth is that you can achieve so much more than you were currently planning for yourself. You can achieve much bigger goals for, your ideal lifestyle, your ideal self. So no need to say more. Okay, just have faith, and you will see. Okay, that's all I can say. Have faith, take the first step, and you will know what I mean. So that's all I have for you, group number 4. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this reading, and I'll see you next one.